This is the triple pinch pleat tape, and you can use it to create a pinch pleat drapery like this. Sometimes that's called a French pleat, or a Euro pleat, which is a more contemporary style. To use the tape, the first thing you need to do is find the pleats and spaces on the tape. The pleats are going to have loose cords that pull up, and it's triple pinch pleat, so there'll be 3 cords in a row. 1, 2, 3. Then you have a flat space, and then you have a section of 3 cords again. So I'm going to mark the space on the end. So I have 3 loose cords, and then the flat section. So I've marked that with pins. I'm going to lay that down on the drapery panel and just create a drapery panel with a double fold heading. You don't need to add buckram. And then lay the tape out across the panel, and when you get to the other side, find your 3 loose cords that create a pleat, and then mark the space. You always want to end up with a space. You don't want to end up with a pleat on the very edge. So you need a flat section at the beginning and end of your drapery panel. So I've got the spaces marked. Now I'm going to center that onto the drapery panel. So one of these pins is actually going to fall off the edge, and that gives me the first space of about 2 inches. If you want a wider space, you'll need to determine which side of your drapery is going to be the front edge and which side is going to be on the end on either side of your drapery, and start with a pin right on the edge and then let the tape fall out as it may. You also can take the spaces and fold the tape over on itself a little bit if you want to make the tape fit. But I think this is going to work out fine by just letting that pin go off the end a little bit and this end off a little bit. If you do start on one end of one panel, make sure you start on the opposite end of the other panel so that you end up with a pair. After you've determined the placement of your tape, you'll notice as well, before you sew it on, there's a really faint pink line. That's the top of the tape if you're doing the French pleat. If you want to create the Euro pleat, you'll turn the tape so the pink line is facing down. But I'm going to do this for a pinch pleat. So again, I'm going to center those pins and trim away excess. Before I trim it away, I'm going to go ahead and pull out these gathering cords. And you want to use a pin, and you're just going to reach in there and sort of fish out each cord. This tape has 3 cords, and I'm pulling this out before I cut it off so I have a longer cord so that I can tie them together. And it's going to slightly gather up, and then I'll flatten this back out. So you'll do that for all 3 cords, trim off the excess, and then tuck that under with your cords sticking out. At this end, I've already pulled out the cords and knotted them off. You want to do that on both sides. Center up your tape, pin the tape onto the drapery, and then stitch at the top and bottom edges. Use a thread that matches your face fabric. And after it's all sewn on, when you pull up the tape, you're going to create your triple pinch pleats. So I'm going to show you on the tape itself. Those cords, you get 3 folds. That creates a triple pinch. And, turn it right side up, it's a little bit tighter gather on the bottom and spreads out on the top. Once it's on your drapery and you've pulled up the cords, if you want to create more definition on your pinch pleat, you can hand tack at the bottom of the pleat. For the Euro pleat, you can hand tack at the top of the pleat. Because this tape is translucent, it's great for unlined and sheer materials as well. And it's a real time saver. You don't have to figure your pleats and spaces. It's all done for you.